Today we will discuss SFA men's basketball, fiscal responsibility, and tips on having a safe spring break. Coming up next on Jack Talk. Hello, and welcome to Jack Talk. I'm Dayton Gonzalez, and with me today are two members of the SFA men's basketball team, Hal Bateman and Taylor Smith, as well as my co-host, Berto Ramirez. Hal, Taylor, how are y'all doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. Hal?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good.
All right. Let's go ahead and kick it off now. You guys recently captured at least part of the Southland Conference as the #1 seed for the upcoming tournament. How do you feel about that? Is it like a boost for the tournament coming up? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it feels really good. You know, we get to take a lot of momentum into the conference tournament down in Katy. So to get a win last night and to bring basketball back to SFA and Stephen F. Austin and NAC is really big for us. You know, we felt like we worked really hard for this, and to get a title last night, or at least a share of the title, we feel like part of our job is done. And we still got a long way to go. We got to get another win tomorrow night to take it outright, because we're really not into sharing.
Yeah.
So we feel like we get a win tomorrow night, it'll really give us great momentum going into conference tournament next week.
Would we consider like more pressure or like a good kind of pressure?
I feel like we got the monkey off of our back, you know, with getting the conference won. So I feel like going down to Katy, you know, we get 2 bye games with the #1 seed, so we're going straight to the semis. So I feel like we can go down there, win 2 games, and you know, take that momentum into the NCAA tournament.
And we'll see where we go from there, right?
Exactly.
And now, even though you have only lost 3 games, and you're the #1 defense in the nation, and y'all are 3rd in win-loss percentage behind Gonzaga, who is ranked #1 in the nation, and Louisiana Tech, I think. Y'all are still only ranked 63 in the RPI. How does that make y'all feel? Do y'all think y'all don't get enough credit?
I mean, yeah, because we're at a little school in Nacogdoches. People don't know where Nacogdoches is. Every time we're at the airport, they're like, Stephen F. Austin, is that in Austin? We're like, no, it's in Nacogdoches. Like, we have to explain where Nacogdoches is. But yeah, I don't think we get enough credit because of the conference we're in, and our coach Castle always teaches us to play a good hard-nosed defense, and the credit will come. And it's been coming lately, but we want more credit.
I can see that. That's a big deal.
I mean, like, so how do you say when you say you're from Nacogdoches? You tell them like you have a map or anything, or the whole like Nacogdoches? This is where Nacogdoches is at?
Nah, we say it's like 2 hours from Houston. And they were like, oh, okay, like they know, but they really don't know.
They just nod.
Yeah, they just like nod and just like, so, but, well, after these next couple of weeks, they're going to know where Nacogdoches is.
Put yourself on the map real quick, yeah. All right, Hal, I know you're trying to get into the dunk contest. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Yeah, I competed for the Dark Horse contest. You know, the video people for Stephen F. Austin, they came to me, and we just kind of, you know, threw a video together on one of our off days. And I mean, we were just doing it for the fun of it, just to see what could happen. And I made it past the first 2 rounds, and now I'm in the Final 4. You know, people have gone on and voted for me just about every day. You know, I have people putting up on Facebook.
I voted for you.
Every morning.
I vote for you every day.
See, every morning I got people voting for me every day. I mean, it's really good, you know. If I can win, you know, it's great. You know, put Stephen F. Austin on the map a little bit more, bring basketball back as much as I can. And, you know, with all the support I'm getting, it's great to have people behind me like that.
That's great. I watched the video earlier myself, and some of the shots actually look pretty complicated and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I know you jumped over your friends at Desmond.
Yeah.
You jumped over him. How did that take a few tries, or did you any injuries or report?
I got it 2 times. I
You
did
did?
it twice, and I got it 2
That was,
times.
that was a better shot we
Yeah.
used it too?
Yep.
So what
I
about
did-
the other shots? I know one was like a long pass from like the stands in.
Yeah, that one took a few tries.
That's not too
That one
bad.
took a few tries. It was pretty tough. We tried to throw one up from the catwalk,
All right,
and
yeah.
it wasn't really working out. The ball was bouncing too hard, so we couldn't really get that one down.
That's pretty impressive for your height, especially getting the elevated up, especially one of the games. It looked like you got waist high on one of the taller players on the team.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. You know, I always catch people off guard when I, take off like that. They're not really expecting it, so.
You're
you
making
know.
us shorter people proud.
Exactly.
He's always stealing my
Exactly.
rebounds when he's trying to jump in the air too.
Yeah, we usually have that problem. So, I mean, it feels really good, to have the support from NAC, and not just NAC, people in my hometown and, everywhere. It's really exciting.
Well, best of luck. We're hoping for you.
Thank you.
And now, Taylor, you lead the nation in field goal percentage right now, correct?
Yeah.
And you're up for the Lou Henson Award. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's for the top. They nominate top 25 mid-major players, and I'm one of them. Thank God. It's a blessing, because I know Lou Henson. He was a great coach, and I just want to thank my teammates and the fans and the coaches, and you can vote for that too. I just realized you just told me that.
Yeah,
you can vote for that.
for the Lou Henson on Facebook as well.
Yeah, so if I get that honor and get an award, and me and Hal can go to Atlanta together, I get the Lou Henson Award, he wins the dunk contest, they'll definitely put SFA on the map.
That would be great.
Yeah.
For the upcoming, you have the Southland Conference tournament coming up, and then you will hopefully have the NCAA tournament. Where are y'all projected? Last time I saw, y'all were about a 13 seed. Do you think there's a chance that y'all could still make it even if you don't win out the conference tournament?
I mean, with the RPIs against the teams we've lost to so far, and our conference doesn't really get any respect, in the basketball world. So I feel like we have to, win the tournament to get in. I mean, we have an automatic NIT berth, but with this team, and as hard as we've worked, NIT just isn't good enough. So we feel like we just have to win out and get in the NCAA tournament.
But I mean, with all the I guess it's kind of the hype coming with you guys. Do y'all pay attention to it, or y'all just kind of like brush it aside? What do y'all do with that?
I mean, we just kind of brush it aside because, I mean, we love the support that everyone's giving us, all the Twitter stuff, Facebook, all that. But, at the end of the day, we feel like it's just us 15 guys, in the gym, and, we go to work. Like when we win big games, you usually see teams celebrating and going crazy, but with this team, it's been different. Like when we beat teams like Oklahoma and we go to Tulsa, we just walk off the court like, that's what we've worked to do. Like
You expect that
exactly.
nowadays, right?
We expect that from each other. And, that's a really good thing about this team. We've worked for this, and when we go to work and we win games, we expect it. It's not a surprise to us. Everyone else is surprised by it, but, we expect this out of each other.
That's great.
Well, I know from what I can tell, y'all run primarily a 7-man rotation with Thomas Walkup and Trey coming off the bench. And you play almost every game, the whole game. Don't you get tired?
It's really just mental. But yeah, I get tired sometimes, but I don't think about it because I really want my team to win that game and just want to get the ring. We got the ring, so I really been just thinking about that ring. So it doesn't matter to me no more. So
Do you have any like pregame rituals y'all go through, or anything like to hype yourself up?
I listen to the Aerosmith song "Dream On." Yeah, so that really pumps me up.
Okay, now I want to thank Taylor and Hal for joining us today, and I wish them the best of luck in the coming games. And if you want to go vote for Hal, you can go to facebook.com/collegeslam and click on the link for Vote Now. And to vote for Taylor for the Lou Henson, you can go to www.votelouhenson.com. And to keep up with the Southland Conference tournament and hopefully beyond, you can go to sfajax.com. Coming up next, we talk about fiscal responsibility.
And welcome back to Jack Talk, where we'll be discussing the big deal about saving. Honestly, as college students, I think I speak for everyone when I say that it is very difficult to have a steady saving plan with the many, many things that we are required to pay for, and of course things that we choose to pay for. An article from the Daily Sentinel struck my attention about people not saving as much as they should, along with the statistics of how many people actually save.
As this is not only imperative to Americans in general to get a grasp of But it's also very crucial for college students to learn to save before we have to actually go out on our own in the real world, where there won't always be financial assistance available, such as financial aid. In our case, our mom and dad always there to transfer money to our accounts whenever we need it. With that being said, how much money do you guys set aside for saving, and how often?
Well, I know for me, honestly, my mom started out with me early, like when I first got to college, about putting aside, like whether it's $5, $10, like with every paycheck.
Yeah.
And, you know, having that there for emergencies, and I'm not allowed to like touch that. So, you know, if anything happens, like for my car breaking down, or, you know, I'm just low on cash, like I always have something there.
I actually, I'm not really good with saving. I'm a work in progress. I'm still a work in progress because I will save, you know, I'll get through probably like one paycheck and I'll save some money. Then I'll get to another paycheck and I'll still have that money and I'll save some more. But then I get through a dry spell and I'm like, well, I don't have to use my savings, but I really want to because I really want to go out. I really want to do this. So my savings kind of get exhausted before they even like, I can even build anything up. So.
What about you, Bertram?
Again, I'm not the
Actually-
best of a savings. Sorry about that. I'm not
okay.
the best at savings, but I usually put money aside for like just in kind of emergency funds.
Yeah.
Whether it be bail money, I'm joking about that.
Sure you
Bail
are.
money or like a doctor visit or something like that. I have
Yeah.
money set aside, so I don't have to call my mom like, hey, I'm sick.
Yeah.
Hey, can you? She's like, I'm at work. I can't do anything about it right now.
Yeah.
I think I've been saving money. My mom's taught me since I was like 12. I've had a savings account since I was 12 years old. So savings always been, I guess, in my blood.
So do y'all use it to actually just go out, or like would you use it for spring break or anything like that? Or is it specifically for, hey, I have an emergency, I'm only touching it for that?
I think it's just depending on what you think an emergency is. Like, if you want to spend your savings on going out for spring break, I think, hey, more power to you. Do it. That's fine with me. I would, depending on, you know, if I really wanted to. But if I'm really saving, I'm really committed to my saving, I don't think I'll waste my money on doing that, because if something does come up, I really want that money set aside so that I could, you know, pay for a doctor visit or anything like that. So if I was going somewhere for spring break, let's say, I want that money, so if something happens when I'm at, you know, wherever I'm at, Miami,
Yeah.
wherever, I have that money set aside. That's not my spring break fund, it's my savings.
I try to keep it out of my head that I have that money there, because then I want to go shopping, and I'm like, it's not there, it doesn't
Yeah.
exist.
But is it better to like set goals or just like not worry, like not know how much you have there? I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, you always want to take a portion out, but do you actually know how much you're taking out,
Yeah,
or
I
is it
know.
like a certain goal you want to set there?
I actually have to hide my savings card somewhere in my room where I know where it is, but you know, just pretend like it's not there. I actually have to hide it, like something on top of it, so I won't see it when I come in my room.
Yeah.
Because you know, if I don't have anything in my checking, then I'm like, well, for this month, Kara, you didn't do a good job of saving.
Yeah.
So like, it's just, you know, on me, and it's just helping me like get better and better with being more responsible, I think.
Yeah, I think it's really good to set a goal, because I don't know how comfortable I would be saying just having money just like taken out of there, because my paychecks fluctuate. So like some months I want to save less. So you know, I might put aside $50 for a bigger paycheck and $25 for a smaller paycheck, something along those lines. So I would want to be in control every time about how much money I'm saving.
Well, that being said, is it like electronically, or you have like a wad of cash under your bed? I mean,
No.
Electronically for me.
Electronically,
It's electronically.
Yeah, because I don't carry cash. Cash makes me spend more money.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
I
don't
thought I
carry
was the
cash.
only
It's
one,
not safe.
but it really does. It
And
really
it's
does.
not
Okay,
safe
guys.
either.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. One thing my friend actually told me about was how she quote unquote saves is if she really doesn't want to spend money, she takes her like her debit card or her savings card and puts it in like a bowl of water and then freezes it.
What?
You can't use it. It's
I've
frozen.
heard
You
people
can't
that
use
they'll
it.
freeze their credit cards,
Yeah.
just like
I
that. So
can't. What about an emergency?
That's
then you're breaking a block of
Yeah,
ice
I-
apparently in case of an emergency.
Well,
guess.
basically, guys, I just wanted to bring this to attention because I was reading the Daily Sentinel, and it was actually talking about how people, not only college students, but you know, anyone like in general, is having an issue with you know putting enough money to the side, and it's not enough.
Yeah.
Like, there are people who are actually not saving any money at all, or you know, it's just not enough. Like, it's less than $5, and as a result, when emergencies do happen, like maybe like hurricanes and things like that, you know, it's not enough to actually get them out of that situation.
Yeah.
So what do you guys feel about that?
I think it comes from the fact that people even from the Great Depression, I just don't know how to save money. You have a little bit of money, you think, oh, I'm gonna go spend 100 when you really only have a 50. It just comes from the fact that we've never been taught how to save, not even from a very young age. It's in our blood to just spend money that we don't have, and that affects everyone around us.
Would you blame credit card industries for that, like the banks?
Because
Yeah,
you know, it's a credit card, and they're like, here's some money, and you think you have all this money, but you kind of forget that you gotta have to pay it back. So then you go in debt.
With penalties coming if you do miss a payment. So
Yep.
I mean, it can accrue really quick on how much you're in debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so you think we better start younger when you're
Yeah.
young?
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely think it's a really good idea to start saving when you're younger. It's a really good idea, especially if parents set out like a certain amount of money for their kids. I think it's a really good idea. So when they grow up, they have money set aside for them.
And the statistics are there. Like, what did it say again?
Like 54% said they have start saving plans with specific goals. 43% said they have spending plans that allows you to save enough money to achieve goals of your saving plans. And one more, I guess, say 50% of those not retired say they're saving for retirement and work through a 401k or other contributing plan.
Wow.
Well, guys, looks like that's all the time we have. Guys, we'd like to emphasize that it's really important for you guys to save. It's really important for you to set aside some money at some point, just so you have it in emergencies. Thank you guys for being on the panel. It's been really, really great discussing this with you guys. And if you have any more information, you can visit the websites at americasaves.org or choosetosave.org. Coming up next, we're going to discuss spring break. Stay tuned right here at Jack Talk. Spring break can be an exciting time for college students. Sandy beaches, warm waters, tropical drinks, and big crowds can entice hundreds of thousands of college students to travel to places like Acapulco, South Padre Island, Aruba, Panama Beach, and Miami, all for a thrilling week of fun under the sun. Some students here on the SFA campus shared their plans for an entire week break from their academics. I'm here with Jacob Chavaria. So Jacob, what are your plans for spring break?
Well, I'm going to South Padre Island at the beginning of the week, and then later I'm going camping.
I'm going to Las Vegas on Friday and spending the week there, and also going to go to California for a couple of days and get to see a Rangers and Cubs exhibition game.
Me and my best friends, we're going to get together and we're going to go out to a beach and we're going to camp out, spend a couple of nights out there, just have a really good time and catch up with each other since we all go to different schools.
Okay. Spring break has the possibility to be a lot of fun, as you saw in the previous videos. But you have to remember that it's important to be safe. No matter where you're going or what you're doing, safety should be your first priority. In this segment, we will give you some tips to ensure that your spring break is not only memorable, but safe as well. I mean, who wants their spring break to be a complete drag?
I'll carry you home tonight.
Well, guys, we're going to give you some safety tips on how to keep yourself safe during spring break. The first one is your hotel. Make sure when you book your hotel, you reserve your room that's not on the first floor or the sixth floor. This is because the first floor, you're more liable to get get your stuff stolen by thieves. And on the sixth floor, most fire ladders cannot reach the sixth floor. So try to reserve your room maybe on the second or third floor. Guys, I didn't know anything about this. This is like the first time I'm hearing this. I didn't really realize that it was that big of a deal to not have to be on the first or sixth floor. Did y'all know anything about this?
I did. I've been hearing it for a while. They always say the first floor is the worst because you can get easily broken into, and the sixth floor is just not safe.
Yeah.
But then that also goes back to, you don't want to leave your valuables in the hotel room anyway.
Yeah.
I remember when I went to South Padre last year, I made sure, cell phone, all money, I kept it with me at all times. I didn't even bring my laptop because I thought that was just trouble waiting to happen.
Okay. Okay. All right, tip number 2, make sure you book your hotel in a central location, because actually just book it to where places that you go frequently, maybe like the pool, the beach, downtown, just places that you visit frequently. This you'll avoid, getting into car accidents or using unnecessary gas or getting lost. This is something you really have to take into consideration because you don't want to get lost in a place you don't know.
Exactly.
I think it's scary,
And that's why it's important, I think, to get there a couple of days early, to actually get adjusted to where you're supposed to go and where places you should probably stray away from.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be the best bet to me.
Definitely.
True. But our third tip is about the ATM. If you're going to the ATM, make sure you go in groups. You don't want to go by yourself. And when you do get there, make sure you do a whole 360 spin to make sure there's no one out of place, because that's usually where people get robbed.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of scary.
That is scary.
I didn't know that. I always knew to be cautious, but like a 360 turn, you know, checking, you know, every crevice, every corner to make sure there's no creep, you know, around the corner. You know, that's kind of scary. But you know, still just be cautious, whatever you're doing. And I think another great tip when it comes to like ATMs, it's like when you're putting in your PIN, use your other hand to cover it because you never know. People are really crafty.
And stay in groups with your friends too.
Yes.
Like, don't always go to an ATM alone. Don't go at night.
I
see a lot of people that do that, and that's so insane.
I wouldn't go at night.
But that's also just a normal tip for the ATM. I mean,
Exactly.
just be
Even here on
cautious.
campus.
Yeah,
don't
be cautious of your
do it.
surroundings. There's always something.
Yeah.
There's always nice people out in the world.
Yeah, definitely.
The next tip is should be careful of your consequences. That being said, of drinking. I mean,
that's
you
a
can't
big
say
one.
you're not going to spring break. You're not going to be drinking. We all know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. I would just say know your limit if you're going to do it, and do it with people you trust, I guess you could say.
Yeah, definitely.
I see a lot of people here on campus who actually, like, just in parties in general, they'll go out with, you know, people they maybe just met, or they'll just mingle with, like, people that they don't know at all. And then it just gets to a point where, you know, they're intoxicated, and people can really take advantage of you, especially if you go somewhere that you haven't been before, like Padre, Florida.
Another thing is obviously do not get behind the wheel once you have been drinking.
Yes,
that's
very
a big one.
It's a foreign place. I mean, I'm not condoning it. I mean, you don't know the area at all whatsoever. It's just asking for trouble from the get-go. Cabs are a much safer and smarter solution. And I know I went to South Padre a few years back, and there was actually they were offering free rides wherever y'all went.
They do that to Panama City last year. Not only that, they also give you a little ticket, so in the morning you can get free pancakes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that was
yes,
so much
that was a
fun.
big
I was like,
deal.
I've been
free
missing out because
pancakes.
I didn't know about any of this. I
Pancakes.
apparently have
That's
been
a big
missing out
deal.
on pancakes. I love pancakes. Okay, guys, another thing about drinking is, like, I didn't know about this, but you're not supposed to drink in a hot tub. I really didn't know about this. Apparently, it dilates your blood vessels, and the alcohol actually you see the effects of the alcohol much faster in a hot tub than you would see on a regular basis. So don't drink in a hot tub because it can cause drowning and alcohol poisoning, stuff like that. So didn't know this.
So it's
That
not as
would
glamorous as it
explain-
seems.
It's not as glamorous.
It's not as
MTV
glamorous.
lied
Yeah.
to
They
me.
lie.
I thought they went
Lied.
hand in hand, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah.
Guess so.
That would explain the last time when I went out of town, I saw people they were extremely intoxicated, like just over the top, and they were
Yeah.
jumping into the hot tub and the pool, and they needed help from their friends to get out and things like that. And it was really scary, but they thought it was funny, of course.
When you're drunk, everything's funny.
Yeah, but how do you jump into a hot tub? Hot tubs aren't that
they
deep.
thought,
Like,
they thought it would be funny too.
what are you trying to do? Destroy yourself?
And they would have the bottles with them in the hot tub. And, I was surprised the hotel people didn't say something about it, but it's probably spring break, so
That's
they don't
just
care. They're still
straight
getting their money.
unsanitary.
So,
That's
Lose a
unsanitary.
deposit also, I guess.
exactly.
And remember, if you're going to the beach, consuming under the alcohol can maximize the effects of alcohol, and it can give you a really bad sunburn. So maybe you shouldn't do it.
Didn't know that
Yeah,
either.
when we went to the pool
Apparently,
one
you
time
need a
with my
lot of
friends.
drinking tips.
Apparently I do because I didn't know any of this. I didn't know.
Well, I'm glad
any
you know
of
now.
this.
Now you
Yeah.
won't drown
Now,
or get a
now
sunburn.
you guys know. Now you guys know. These are safety tips to keep you guys safe. Now they know.
Now
Don't
they
drink in
know.
the sun.
One
Yeah.
time we went to the pool, my friend like that. We were drinking at the pool. My friend came back with like 3rd-degree sunburns, and he couldn't move for like a
Oh,
week.
God.
He was like this, like really uptight.
Yeah.
It's quite humorous because it didn't happen to me, but
Yeah.
I put sunblock on. But
So, talking about spring break, what is everybody doing?
I'm going home, back to Houston. I miss my family. I miss my dog. I miss my bed. I miss being
miss
cooked
being
for
home?
every day.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to gain so much
Cooked
weight
for?
over
Man,
the
I
break.
wish.
You kind of, you don't need it. But
Thanks
You're welcome.
for not making me feel so skinny.
Well, my plans aren't set in stone, but I really thinking about going to New Orleans for spring break, which is a very popular spring break destination. Didn't know that. Apparently, I don't know a lot of things.
Apparently.
But I'm going to New Orleans, and then so I'm trying to go to New Orleans probably the first part of the week, and then spend some time with my family because it's really needed. And my mom is actually trying to plan for us to go to San Marcos. Have a little family outing, go to San Marcos, shop. And then at the end of the week, just hang out with people who, my friends who I haven't seen in a while. So,
Gotcha. What about you?
plan to really spend the entire week sitting on my parents' couch, not really moving. But towards the end of the week, I'll probably go see my best friend in Houston for a while.
Okay.
We'll see. Nothing's set in stone right now.
yeah, this year I did the whole crazy college thing last year. this year I'm gonna take it easy and just go home and do nothing. I'm gonna
Alright.
room it out.
Save so much more money.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't waste that much money surprisingly last year, but I just need the break.
That was actually a tip from like our last topic
Yeah.
about financial saving. Like it said, save your money over spring break. Go
Yeah.
home. Like it saves you a lot. So see,
How
that ties
mom
in
cook for
together.
you, take
Yeah,
care of you.
Exactly.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, me too. I miss my mom's cooking.
She called me the
Me
other day, like, what do
too.
you want to, like, what kind of groceries do you need? So I'm going to cook everything for you. I'm like, you better.
Yeah. So Austin's gonna be packed too. I heard.
Austin.
yeah.
The
Austin's
South-
always
South
by
packed.
very
Yeah.
The South by
popular.
Southwest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard a lot about South by
That's
Southwest.
also been tossed in the air if you go there and watch a few of the guys play there. So
And a lot of my friends said that they're going to Panama Beach. Like
Yeah, that's where I went
I've
last
considered
year.
it, but
Well, last year when I went, it was really like I hadn't planned it. A friend asked me, she had an extra spot. She was like, "Come on with me." It was really fun though. I enjoyed the whole week. I can tell you everything I did. Don't ask me the day it was. But it was fun. It was a fun experience. I enjoyed spring break last year a lot.
that's good.
a lot of my fraternity brothers are going to go Shores, which I heard is like a very popular spot also. And again, they were smart. I mean, they went there last year, so they're going to go back again. They said they got a hotel on the beach, so it's like less commuting, less dragging stuff here and there. So
I would also say that if you are thinking about doing something last minute for spring break, to get your reservations early. I know it's a little bit too late because spring break is coming up, but prices have skyrocketed.
They really have.
Like I was considering going back to Padre this semester, but it was a last minute type thing. And so I looked, and all of their packages where you only pay like less than like $50 a night, like is run out. Like you're paying like 100, 200 something a
I
night.
know
Well-
people do. Sorry, real quick. They started playing spring break back in January just to get the best deals.
Well, that's all the time that we have, guys.
Yeah, it is.
I would like to thank all
Our
of you
guests.
for coming out. You guys were all our guests.
And the basketball boys.
Yeah, and the basketball boys for coming in. Tune in next time for a brand new episode. Everyone have a safe and fun spring break.